Responding to the unrest in Egypt, Washington continuing to evaluate giving it more than $1 billion in aid. Hundreds of people killed following the Egyptian military's crackdown on the Muslim Brotherhood. Doug McKelway, live from the White House with more. Doug, we understand that, there are some Middle Eastern countries that have an enormous stake in this as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah, most of those Middle Eastern countries, Greg, that have been traditional Western allies have a huge stake in limiting the spread of the Muslim Brotherhood and of Islamic fundamentalism. So they've been giving freely in donations to Egypt and to the Egyptian military. Just look at the numbers from last year. Saudi Arabia handed over $5 billion to Egypt. The United Arab Emirates, $3 billion. Kuwait, $4 billion. And in the previous year, 2011, the money flowed just as freely, totaling $18 billion from many of those Middle Eastern countries. Those aid packages take a lot of pressure off the United States, but the administration nevertheless caught between a rock and a hard place. Senator John McCain, as you know, has criticized the administration for failing to follow our own law that requires the suspension of foreign aid to a country that undergoes a military coup. Yet the administration is not calling what is happening in Egypt a military coup, nor is it suspending aid, at least as of yesterday. Here's Josh Earnest.
I can tell you that that is something that we're evaluating on an ongoing basis. That's the purpose of these reviews, is to determine what impact it would have on our national security, whether it's in compliance with the law, and is it going to get us closer to seeing the kind of outcome in Egypt that we would like to see.
And the U.S., as you know, Greg, did earlier suspend a shipment of F-16 fighters to the Egyptian military, Greg.
Yeah, and now allegedly they're going to turn to Russia for that hardware. But look, the Daily Beast is reporting today, Doug, that the United States has decided to quietly suspend most military aid to Egypt. Any truth to that report?
That report apparently comes, at least according to from the Daily Beast, from U.S. Senator Patrick Leahy's office. He said that the U.S. has decided to act as if a military coup has indeed taken place, and it is quietly suspending aid. Asked about that today, a White House official said this, and I am quoting, "No decisions have been made to cut or postpone aid other than what we have already announced." So that question undoubtedly will come up again today at the press briefing. We'll eagerly await the answer, Greg.
Doug McKelway at the White House. Doug, thanks. Martha?